So I don't know how.
I'm not ready.
No, that's too bad. This is going to be one of those times when Mark is going to freak out because our guest is going to sit here for a half hour and look at him, and that obviously freaks Mark out. I love when he says that.
He's not looking to you; he's looking through you.
Yeah, I mean,
shut up, Ted.
No, I'm always. This is literally. I'm never nervous when our guest is on and physically talking to us.
Yeah.
But as they're there, I'm always worried about what I could say. They'd be like, "Oh, I can't be on a show when someone says something like that."
Right.
Yeah. So I try not to mention anything bad. Like I will never. I don't think I've ever mentioned like masturbating or any of those issues. I won't any of that. Yeah.
Japanese scat porn, that's off the table tonight. Okay, got it. Yeah, good. That's off the table. Just for tonight, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, none of that stuff. I just try to be as bland. Like that first half hour, people are like, oh, there must be a guest. Matt's being bland. Yeah.
He looks like he escaped from a fucking mental institution.
Just because he got a haircut?
No, he shaves it like Danny DeVito's character in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
I think he looks really nice right now.
Why
are you being mean?
I'd have to...
Where'd you go? You went somewhere different this time, didn't you?
No, I go to the same guy.
Same guy?
Yeah, same guy. He's semi-retired, so... But I just needed...
Oh, that's nice that he has a job. Oh, yeah. No, I mean, it's that's the way his hair looks when it's short, and then he lets it grow out, and then he looks like a homeless guy. Actually, he actually looks like a scary homeless guy. Like, there's other homeless guys, and I want to say, hey, where do you get your hair done? I want Ted to go there.
Well, I finally grew a brain because I know I get a haircut very infrequently. So now I just go, I cut it as short as possible without making it like an actual buzz cut. So I don't have to come back for another, several months if I don't have to. So
yeah. No, it looks fine. I don't know why Mark is making fun of you. That's wrong. I mean, there's tons of things to make fun of you about.
It's fine.
Like you have shoes. You're wearing your shoes right now with the toe things, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Make fun of that.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. Take a look. Ted, show him that. Right? Yeah, he's got the little toe things. That was cool. Like I don't know what, 20 years ago. That was cool 20 years ago. And it wasn't even cool 20
These things are actually kind of
dangerous.
dangerous.
Those aren't the ones I'm thinking of, the toe things. There's ones that are like gloves where you actually
it's
put
like
your
a toe.
toes.
Oh, yeah.
in.
Like
I had a
toe.
I had a pair
like,
of those.
Shaped as your toe, like your big
Yeah.
toe
You
is like
did not have
separate.
a pair of those.
I had a guy at work. A guy at work.
It's
A
like
guy
Creature from the Black
Blue
Lagoon.
story. You should
No,
not
a guy at work had some, and he's like, Matt, they're the greatest things, the most comfortable things, blah, blah, blah.
I can't find that hard
so I
to
got a
believe.
They
pair.
reinvented the shoe, Ted.
No, you know what the hardest thing is I don't think I have normal sized toes, so my toes never quite made it all the way in.
Yeah.
And it just felt they would move around, and two toes would be next to each other. It was very uncomfortable.
Oh, there were the shoes. It's like a golf bag where you like individual slots for the clubs. Like this is individual slots for each toe. See, I thought it was one where it's just like the big toe was separate.
So here,
from
I
the
want you to
others.
imagine, Ted, a normal shoe was like a mitten, and this shoe I had was like a glove.
Right.
In fact, I think it was called like the shoe glove or something.
And it didn't fit.
It just didn't. I don't know. It just didn't work for me.
It wouldn't work.
It might have
for me
been too
'cause I have-
complicated.
my feet I have royalty toes. What they call it.
What is that?
What does that
My
mean?
second toe is like significantly longer than my big toe.
Hmm.
It's a sign of royalty.
I heard that's a sign of something.
Yeah, not royalty. It's a sign of inbreeding.
No.
Like royals inbred.
So I heard like if your index finger's longer than your middle finger, you're going to be you. It's like a sign you're going to be a werewolf or some shit like that from like the 1600s. No, I'm serious. Like if your index finger was longer than
if
your
your
middle
pointy finger is longer than your swear
if your
finger.
index finger is longer than that, that means
my-
Wait,
I'm
which
not even
fingers,
close.
Ted?
not that finger.
Mark,
The other,
Mark,
those two.
I don't
Yeah.
think that's
Yeah.
how you're supposed to do it. No, no, I have normal. Yeah, but I think I also might have royalty toes. Also, I think my other toe is a little bit longer than my big toe. So I'm inbred also.
So maybe you made a covenant. So you made a covenant with the devil too. Okay, just checking. All right. So.
I hate that's. I don't think that's funny, Ted. Okay. This is the time of time of the year when people are festive, and if you're bad, the government's going to find out. They're going to get you.
Who's that character? It's like a evil Santa Claus. It's called Uncle Krampus or some shit like that.
It's called Krampus.
Krampus, but it's like a Santa Claus, like a variation,
Yeah.
like a
Yeah, that's how it works.
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah, that's a big
it's
thing.
like a Norwegian thing. I'm not sure where it's where. I'm not sure where that myth came from, but
Yeah, no, I think it is. It is something like that. Like a Norwegian thing.
yeah, I'm still looking for Bigfoot, so I'm not there yet.
All right, so Mark, holiday plans.
Mine?
Yes.
Yeah, you know mine. You want me to share them with the world?
Share with the entire world.
I'm getting in a car and I'm driving somewhere.
Somewhere that's not here.
Like everybody else.
Somewhere that's not here. Okay.
Yeah.
So-
Actually, we're home. We're going away for the next weekend, I think.
oh, cool.
Yeah.
You didn't ask me what my holiday plans are.
I was getting to it.
Oh, okay. My holiday plans is that little space I cut out in your attic. I'm going to reinforce it with soundproof material, so that way when I'm moving around at night while you're sleeping, and
It's
I
like
go
a
to
fucking
the
trash
refrigerator.
bandit. You're gonna have a trash bandit in your fucking
Yeah.
attic.
That happened. I think there was a 2 lumens.
That's why he cut his hair.
This-
He got
that
It
is-
doesn't get caught on the beam, on the nail on the beam in the upper attic there. The reinforcement beam that runs it. Well, you've never been up there, but I could tell you about it later.
I've actually been up my attic.
I'll give you just a schematic later. Right. So,
Could you imagine that? I just get a call from my neighbor. Matt, did you tell Ted that he could sleep in your backyard? I'm like, no, I did not tell Ted he could sleep in my backyard.
it's a comfy shed out there.
Absolutely.
It's a comfy shed.
That actually would be a nice shed.
Yeah.
I got to be honest with
Tiny
you.
house.
Yeah,
Shed.
yeah. But I have things in there I don't want taken out. So yeah, don't do that. All right, here, let's get rolling because man, we got so many people were interested in last week's show.
Really?
Okay, let's do this. This is the Real 3 Idiots podcast, and happy National Cupcake Day. I personally do not care for cupcakes. I believe they are pretentious. But Ted, are you a cupcake guy?
Yeah, I haven't had one in years, but I did have an affinity toward that yellow cake cupcake.
What do you? Are you? No, you want to call? Wait a minute. Are you? You can cover that up if you want. Cover it up, Mark.
Ridiculous. I told you about this. I mean.
Cover it up. Okay, so this is insane. Okay, so our guest, like most guests, get on and want to hear, and it's on the screen, and Mark doesn't want to see it, so he just got one of my shirts. He covered up the screen so he just doesn't have to have somebody staring at him.
It could be a little unnerving. I could kind of see his point.
Well, not to
You're
you.
sitting next
not
to him.
Not to him.
Yeah, I know.
Well, nothing's unnerving.
No,
to Ted.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
But I'm looking right at the gentleman.
not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not
but yeah,
anymore.
so.
Okay, no big deal. Whatever. I just need people
just-
to know why Mark walked away and then came back.
I just do what everyone does. I just pretend they're in their underwear.
How would
right? And
anybody
it-
know if I walked away until you said it?
Well, you weren't there.
Nobody knows
It's
anything.
clear. It's clear. Well, I would have told him.
I wish you'd put a shirt on. I'll tell you that.
Hey, you're lucky I'm wearing pants today. Yeah, I want to be pants free. All right, Mark, are you a cupcake guy?
I'm not really a sweets guy, no, at all.
Really?
Yeah.
Nothing. No. I mean, you're not eating special cookie or anything for Christmas.
Crumble cookie.
I'm
Those are
I'm sorry.
overrated.
I do like sweets, but I'm not really a sweets guy. Like I don't go out and buy shit if it's there. Yeah, my favorite cookie is what's it called? My mother-in-law makes the Chinese chews. Is that racist?
I have no idea.
I never
don't
heard
know
of
what
those.
that is.
What is that?
If it's made
like
from actual
chocolate.
Chinese people, then yes. if it's just a cookie that somebody
No,
invented,
it's like
then no.
it's like those Asian noodles, right? The crispy noodles, and
Right.
it's like
Oh.
with chocolate.
Oh yeah, I like those.
Yeah.
Oh, those are really good. Okay,
Oh.
so she's gonna make some of those for us, Ted.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Actually, if I had to have a sweet,
I gotta look this up because I think I might have said
The wrong thing.
Like a
Yeah,
faux
you
pas.
probably said the wrong thing.
it was
You
the other. It
definitely-
was the other cookie. It was the one that was made from the blood of children from an orphanage. The other cookie, the one that we don't want to talk about.
Oh, that's the ones
The
they
other
say
Chinese Jew.
Oprah and the
They're
other
the Chinese
rich
Jew.
people make. Yes,
Yeah.
they after they've sucked out the marrow and their whatever parts, then they make cookies out of their blood.
So
yeah, that makes perfect sense.
True.
to
So
me.
true story. It's actually not funny, but I guess there was a stretch in Kosovo, and there was that I guess like genocide or ethnic cleansing where whoever was the winning side was inviting rich tourists in to be snipers and shoot the innocent civilians.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not making
No,
this
no,
up. Yeah.
it's called tourist hunting or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, that was a real, but that was like a real thing, and
Yeah.
it was like in actually not like that long ago. I mean, I would say within the last like 10, 15
it's-
years.
Yeah, it's called like murder tourism or something
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Yeah, people were paying big time money to shoot people.
Yeah.
And it was more expensive to shoot like kids and women or something.
Jesus,
yeah, it was
yeah.
really fucked. You know, I saw something about that a couple months ago, and I was going to mention it, but it just seems so
Yeah.
messed up.
Well, I didn't think
but it's real
'cause there's
in war torn areas.
Yeah,
it's been going on.
Yeah, because
for
there's no
a long time.
law enforcement. There's nothing. There's no government. There's it's like the Hunger Games. It's fucking free for all out there.
Well,
you know?
didn't the Hunger Games have what's her name in it? Who's the girl? She's the hot girl.
obviously
Jennifer Lawrence.
Jordan. Oh,
obviously were you about to say there's a non?
I would not shoot her.
Would you say there's a non-hot girl in any type of lead role of any movie?
no, I just
Like,
watched.
unless it's Kathy Bates, I guess.
So I told Mark, Scott Phillips is coming on at the end of February. I think I'm looking at February 24th. We're going to talk movies and Oscars. So, and my nephew will be in there also. But I started watching some Oscar movies, and I finally watched from last year. I watched
Not all of them though.
Oh, not all of them. I'm not
There's
going to
one-
watch
remember-
Avatar at all.
Is that nominated?
Yeah, the newest Avatar. I
Wait,
didn't watch
do
the
you-
second one. I'm
They
not gonna
already
watch
have all the nominees out and everything.
No, but it's the ones they think are going to be nominated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the ones they think. So I watched the first hour of Substance, the one with Demi Moore,
Okay.
and there.
Wait, that was last year.
It was last year, but I just wanted to see it. I was sitting around, doing nothing, and Demi Moore and the other girl are naked. I don't know, 99% of the time, and almost none of it makes sense.
Yeah.
And I didn't complete. Cause I said to my wife, I said, here's what I don't understand. I go, why are they doing this swapping thing, and they're naked? And she's like, yeah, I don't know.
I think it's Harvey Weinstein's first movie since he's back. He's back now, right?
He's on
Isn't he
probation.
back now?
He's
it,
on
just, it was so gratuitous. It's just ridiculous nakedness.
Yeah.
But I mean, not that I'm complaining. Demi Moore is hot, and the other girl that's in the thing is insane.
Yeah.
But it's so unnecessary. It just seemed weirdly unnecessary. Which
I know Demi Moore's been around for a long time, and yeah, she's a good-looking woman. But the only movie
Yeah.
the only
She's
movie
hot.
the only movie I
Boob
actually
job.
the only movie I liked her in
and
was G.I. Jane.
No, she was topless in. Oh, she was good in that movie.
Yeah, I liked it
she
when
was really good.
I just like the scene when Vito Mortensen slammed the door in her face.
She was topless in that movie. At the end of the movie, Blame It on Rio.
Blame it on Rio.
Yeah, she was very young. She was topless before she had like any
Breast
work,
augmentation.
any
I
work
thought,
done.
but I think she was kind of naked in About Last Night.
Probably.
Rob Lowe, but that's at that point. That's when I would have rather seen Rob Lowe naked. So I was just going through a phase. It's just
Well,
it was a thing.
let's just face it, Rob Lowe still looks pretty good.
Oh,
man.
dude, he looks amazing.
Yeah.
He looks absolutely amazing. But yeah,
Oh, they're not Chinese chews. They're called no bake chow mein noodle cookies or Chinese.
It just got worse.
Chinese Christmas.
Just
cookies.
got worse.
okay. No. Okay. I get it.
Chinese Christmas cookies.
Okay. Yeah. All right. You know what? And I haven't had those in. I'm
Ted,
gonna say,
what's your favorite
oh God.
Christmas nut in the bowl?
What?
You know the bowl of nuts.
Where are we going with this? I have no. I honestly have no idea where we're going.
I'm
with
gonna say
this at
Mac
all.
No,
Dave-
I mean
I'm
we're
gonna-
talking about sweets. We're talking about Christmas stuff.
Okay.
No, the shells, like the bowls with the shells in the shell on.
What are we? Where are we going with this?
not
Ted,
going
just say
anywhere.
something so he can say whatever
I
he's
just
going to
like
say.
I think I like a honey roasted peanut or almond or some variation of that. Or
yours?
pecan.
No, I like the walnuts that you crack.
Oh,
Because in my family, we always have a big bowl with the nuts with the shells
I
on
did
them
not
already.
think you were going there. I honestly did not think
with the
you were
shells
going
on them already.
Sure.
there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
you
you got
use a
the cracker in them.
Right.
Yeah.
And you get that cracker. Yeah, because a walnut is hard. I mean, you have to have like a. It's
I
almost
eat
like
those more than I eat like the
So-
cookies and the sweets.
Yeah.
Those were my father-in-law had every time we went over there. He had a bowl of nuts that had the shells on them and the cracker thing that
Yeah.
you had to do that. It was like it was always full.
Yeah.
Yeah, every time we went there, it was really weird. I think my grandfather did the same thing. I just
It's our family had the house had the whole. It was every year.
It's like an awkward thing because I mean, think if you have like a lot of guests over and you got something where you have to use a
weird.
tool. You have to use a tool to crack open.
It's weird.
You got to make sure the shells don't fall on the floor, and you got to somehow navigate.
I
and-
always
And when you like passing the tool around, there's like 10 people say they all want the same walnut, the same walnuts or something, and now you can only use there's one
no
person.
because
like,
nobody eats them.
Are they the
The
nutcracker?
walnuts? Oh, I love them.
Really?
Oh my God, yeah.
I mean, I eat
Especially
walnuts
fresh out of the shell.
I eat walnuts and almonds and stuff, but they're already deshelled.
I know.
Isn't
Well,
all-
that's the way we get them now. But I mean, buy some in the shell and crack them open out of the shell.
To do it.
Like I buy peanuts in a shell.
right now.
All my peanuts at home are in a container in the shell because
so-
I eat the shells.
I like. Oh, I don't eat the shells. I like
well,
peanuts
not
in
the,
a shell.
Not the hard shell, but
Yeah.
like the thinner shell that's under
peanut.
it. Yeah. Yeah.
No, peanut. I eat the shells.
Oh, okay.
No, he's not talking about the brown stuff.
Talking about we get at the ballpark.
Oh yeah, they're good. I like.
I like that. You know what?
Roasted-
I only
roasted
eat
peanuts are
shelled
good, yeah.
peanuts when I'm outside.
Yeah.
I don't want to make that mess in the house.
hot
That's-
peanuts at a ballpark are actually pretty good, especially when
Never
you're
had a
hungry.
hot peanut.
Yeah, I mean they're kind of warm. They're
Like
not
boiled peanuts?
Not boiled. No, they're just like warm. They're heated up.
That's
and,
a thing that is popular at the Kris Kringle markets too.
okay.
Like there's always
Oh, yeah.
like a what do you call them? They got nut warmers there.
Oh,
I think that's called a prostitute.
Heated underwear.
Yeah. All right. So, guys,
Speaking of heated underwear,
I'm pretty sure you guys know this, but
needed
just in
some.
case anybody else doesn't, this is show 200. This show
happy anniversary!
it's our bicentennial.
This show represents 4 years of doing this.
And you still haven't proposed.
Ted, I proposed, but Mark said no. We can't lose Ted.
Ted said he was going to stop driving for Drizzly once we got to Shell 200, didn't you?
That was it. Yeah. So I mean, and this is kind of cool, but I just want to say this to everyone who listens all the time, and even to the people who tried us once and thought we sucked. Thank you, because I know I love doing this. I know Mark likes doing this, and I know Ted does it just to come here and drink. Yeah, that's Ted's.
And I'm here against my will. Help. Oh, yeah, it's been great. Yeah, thank you.
I noticed that you show up earlier when there's bottles of booze that you know are already there.
Well, it just appears that way. I'm just trying to beat the flow of traffic. So
that's how it works? All right. And I learned something interesting from my next door neighbor. Everybody's got a Christmas tradition. Do you have any tradition? Anything you do special for Christmas?
No.
Okay, Mark. Anything you guys do like special on Christmas Day or anything like that?
Yeah, Christmas Eve we go to breakfast, Mall of America. And then we go to the bowling alley, and then we go to my in-laws for dinner. So it's always breakfast, Mall of America.
There's banjo music in the background?
And bowling.
Wow. Okay.
That's a pretty extensive itinerary there.
And then Christmas, and then we do a the last few years, we always do a game. There's 14 of us, so we usually do some sort of group game.
Strip poker.
Last couple of years, we've done these murder mystery theme things.
Oh, that sounds
It's
cool.
all on the television, so it's like streamed. You stream it, you buy it, and then you download it. So it has.
Oh, yeah, we did something like that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
It's like interactive.
Everyone gets a character,
Yeah.
and you got to get in the character, and so then you read your part. So you have lines, you read your part, and then try and figure out who did whatever it is that the mystery is.
Why do I feel like I would love to be there to have Mark go, "You're doing it wrong"? Is that the way you're going to do it? That's not even the right voice.
No, I'm not the director.
Wait, there's a director?
No, there's not.
Oh,
I'm just saying I'm in character. I'm not a director.
Yeah, and so we used to do every Christmas morning. You'd wake up early, have eggnog and cinnamon rolls.
What the heck is it? Can you just tell me what egg? I know what it is conceptually. What is eggnog exactly? I'm serious. I'm really.
You have
never
not gone to the store and
I've
bought
seen.
a
No,
quart
I've seen
of
it.
eggnog
No, I've seen it, and
drank
It's just
and I've had
creamy.
it.
It's like a creamy drink.
Okay.
It's sugar and fucking like eggs and cream.
Okay.
Yeah,
and milk.
basically it's like fun diabetes.
Okay. So there's no Baileys in there or anything like that.
You can get it with liquor.
yeah, I mean, you can.
Traditionally, eggnog
Was liquored up,
is
right?
liquored up,
Yeah.
but yeah.
But we don't do that.
Yeah.
That was just with the
Yeah,
kids.
of course
Yeah,
not.
But yeah, that was our thing. And then it was so funny. We had to eat breakfast first before we could open presents when I was a kid.
Really?
Yeah, that was our thing.
What was?
Like you could. We finally got my mom to let us open one present
Yeah.
while she was making the cinnamon rolls.
Okay.
And pouring the eggnog. So we'd be jacked up on eggnog, jacked up on
Yeah.
cinnamon rolls, and just out of our minds.
Well, it makes sense because they probably want to build up the anticipation, of like you wanting to really get to that present. So they figure you have to eat that breakfast first in order to get to that present. So you're going to do whatever it takes to get to that present.
Yeah, and we usually had like a Christmas Eve couple of, you know what? I mean, I love my dad's side of the family, but the worst presents you could ever imagine.
So
there's absolute the worst.
What's the biggest disappointment you had getting a present that you were? I mean, obviously you never knew what you were going to get, but like, what was like the thing that you were? What was like the most disappointed you've ever been as a kid getting a present, like a sock, a tie, or you didn't get a.
What child gets a tie as a present?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like
Ted, what horrible Christmases did you have?
A bow tie. You got bow ties.
and a cummerbund.
No, you know what?
Clip-on bow ties.
I don't ever remember having a bad. I mean, you got presents, and I'm sure stuff broke, and I was disappointed probably because I broke it. But yeah, no, I mean, everything we got, we were pretty happy about.
That's cool.
Yeah. Why? Did you have a disappointment?
Well,
Ted,
life's a disappointment. So.
did you get presents? You got presents when you were a kid, right?
Yeah, I get I mean, I didn't really celebrate Christmas, but yeah, if I grew up on a limited budget, so yeah, but I was able to get stuff when I needed to, so it wasn't terrible.
Wait a minute, did your mom get you Christmas presents?
Well, we didn't really celebrate Christmas.
Oh, because you're
Jehovah's Witnesses. Yeah, I
know.
know.
No, because he's Jewish.
Yeah.
Okay, so wait, that was so you didn't do Christmas at all?
No, I mean, I like the concept of Christmas, and even to this day, I mean, like when my kids were growing up, we'd had a tree in the house. We had a real tree one time, and then we had a couple of fake trees. Yeah, so we did the whole thing. But at this point, isn't every day Christmas?
Well, yeah.
It's called Amazon. It's called eBay, right? If you just need something,
for an adult, but
yeah.
for a little kid,
yeah. Of course.
So did you celebrate Hanukkah?
No.
So you got nothing?
I didn't say that. I just said we didn't actually.
So you were a Jehovah's Witness.
So we didn't formally celebrate
You didn't celebrate anything, not even Hanukkah. And you got shitty like underwear and well, not shitty, but you got underwear and socks and whatever shitty presents.
No, I just got stuff. I just got stuff randomly.
Young Jewish kids.
No, just randomly through the year, I'd get something that like if I got a toy or something or whatever the toy was at the time. I mean, I had I got an Atari, I had ColecoVision, I had other stuff. Growing up, Commodore 64. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't really. You didn't have to wait for that one specific day to get a gift. So yeah, Mark, it would have been nice.
Mark, every day we learn about Ted, it makes Ted make more sense to me.
Yeah, I assumed all this already.
Yeah,
I can backstory your life.
I bet you could.
Oh no, that's so. I don't know. I don't know.
That's why I don't bring it up. I know.
It just seems disappointing. Like a Jehovah's Witness, like they celebrate nothing. I was like that's so sad.
Are they like nihilists? They believe in nothing.
They do believe in nothing. Okay, but before we get Ted's tip, I learned that my neighbor has an interesting Christmas tradition, and that's what all this has led up to. So every Christmas, since he can remember, and he told us this on Sunday, they watch Die Hard, either Die Hard 1, Die Hard 2, or Die Hard 3, or all three of them, but just up till that. Yeah. That is their Christmas tradition. Like that's their Christmas thing.
We saw that movie at least 6 times at the Portage Theater.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, back when it came out, it was pretty cool. I mean, even to this day, I would watch
Die Hard. Is an amazing film.
Yeah, I mean,
in my opinion, it's
even though we've seen it like dozens of times. I mean, like even if you watched it right now, it'd be like almost watching it for the first time. I mean, when Bruce Willis had his faculty.
I mean, they almost have that thing memorized.
Well, I don't have everything memorized, but they had a good villain. You had the kind of the cop who he was thrust into the situation. You get this sophisticated terrorist, and he's obviously this cop who's just armed, of course, with a single handgun that seemed to never run out of bullets.
They never run out of bullets
against an army of trained assassins, and somehow navigated his way through the tunnel, the HVAC system of this skyscraper without getting detected.
You know what the funniest part is when they navigate their way through the HVAC system?
I believe it all.
They never end up in a completely wrong place. You ever notice that?
Like a dead end where
they never jump down and go, gotcha! And there's nobody there. They're on like the 6th floor instead of the 10th floor.
Or they go down the trash chute and they fall like 3 stories to their death.
They break their leg. I mean, exactly. They never, ever, they never get shot. Yeah. They never get caught, and they never end up in the wrong place. Yeah.
And the guy that played the police officer, his secondary hero.
Oh, the guy from...
he always plays a cop in every role ever since. Remember, he was on that show.
Yeah, with Urkel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that the name of it? Urkel?
Family Matters.
Family Matters.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, he played a cop there, too. Yeah. He was a good one.
Some people are
all right, so I just, seemed like it seemed like my neighbor he seemed traditional to me. That seemed like a completely...
So as a whole family, they watch one
whole family. He said they'll come over. So his daughter lives in Wisconsin now, and his son's living with them. But he said she'll come over, I think, Christmas Eve night, and then they'll wake up and watch Die Hard 1.
So
maybe 2 and 3.
It's a Christmas movie.
Yeah, here's a rhetorical question. So if you had to start a tradition with your family watching a movie, and you only had to pick one movie or one movie with sequels, what would you pick? You don't have to answer that now, but that's a good question. Like you had no choice.
I'm asking you a question.
You had no choice.
Well, like a Christmassy movie?
Yeah, it doesn't have to be Christmassy because obviously Die Hard's not really Christmassy. But you had to pick a movie.
That's Ted. You've literally alienated a lot of listeners because there's people that people that think Gremlins is a Christmas movie.
It is.
Yeah. Oh.
I'd watch Poltergeist.
Definitely is a Christmas movie.
Poltergeist.
Is that a Christmas movie?
No, it's not a Christmas movie per se.
Dude,
but,
what would that?
But no, I'm just saying
it's got to have some connection.
Oh, does that?
Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Have not seen that. Is that the slasher one?
Yeah,
oh yeah,
yeah, I've seen that.
I know they've got
That's
a new
good
one with that that big dude that came out last year. Something where he's dressed as Santa and he goes around.
Kevin Nash?
No. He's an actor. He was in Thunderbolts. He played the Russian guy in Thunderbolts. I can't think of what his name is, but he did one where he went around murdering people.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Silent Night, Deadly Night is kind of a funny one.
That's a campy.
When he's a child, there's like this deranged lunatic dressed up in a Santa suit, and he murders his parents in front of him, and then he gets orphaned because his parents are killed. So he goes in an orphanage, and he freaks out when Santa shows up.
Obviously,
all the kids are sitting on Santa's lap like that first year, and he's freaking out, and like the nuns or whatever are like, "You got to sit on Santa's lap," and they totally fucked him up, and then he became like a
serial killer.
He dressed up like Santa and murdered people.
Okay, so yeah. Oh, here's a good one. Chris,
Jesus.
Elf, Buddy the Elf with
I mean,
that'd be kind of good.
Oh,
that's a perfect good Christmas.
yeah,
It's
that's a great
funny.
one.
Yeah.
Call me
Santa.
an elf.
Yeah.
One.
He goes,
more
don't tell him what you want.
I get more tail in a week than you do in a year, buddy.
He goes, that's not Santa. He sits on a throne of lies.
I'll tell you, it's a great movie. It is.
Mine is my ultimate favorite, and I haven't seen it in a couple of years. Is Planes, Trains, Automobiles.
That's good. Yeah, that was a good movie.
That is a good one.
That was a
It's
good
a great one. It's probably my top 3 movie of all time.
Yeah, Del Crandall.
Del Griffith.
Del Griffith.
Yeah. And then,
Del Griffith.
Yeah.
Oh, I knew that.
Neil Page.
And it's funny because I think his son paid homage to him, where he actually looks like his dad, John Candy. He actually dressed up like Del Griffith for.
Yeah.
Okay,
like recently.
Well, you know what? I'm messing around. We gotta get to our
Yeah, we
tips
do.
so that we can
Shows
get
all.
to
Please,
our.
stop dilly-dallying.
Yeah. All right, Mark, you got a song? Sing it.
Ted sat alone in a parking lot, totally motionless except for his hand. Ted showed up at the Howard Street. He totally confused all the passing servers. Ted's tip, Ted's in my head. Ted's tip, Ted's tip. The show is dead.
What song? I know that song, but what song is that? I forgot.
That is Lump by the Presidents of the United States of America.
That's a good one. All right. Ted's Tip is brought to you by Claire's Virgin Mary Appliances. At Claire's Virgin Mary Appliances in South Lubbock, you can get any major appliance with a Virgin Mary painted on it. Refrigerators, ovens, blenders, you name it, we have one with the Virgin Mary painted on it. And Claire's Virgin Mary Appliances is happy to announce that for 2026, they are adding Jesus on the cross to their appliance line. If you love the Lord, you will love to wake up to Jesus on the cross being sacrificed to save your soul on your coffee machine, freezer, or microwave. This holiday, give a gift that will last for eternity. Go to Claire's Virgin Mary Appliances and get an appliance that will keep your food cold and your soul warm. Best sponsors of all time.
Yes.
So we have.
They pay the bills.
Ted, 200th time. 200th time I'm asking you this. Are you ready?
Very redundant question, but yes.
Okay, Ted, I need your help. I think I'm in trouble at work. I've worked 3 years at a marketing job in a mid-sized pet food company. That sounds sad. Okay.
It's very specific niche market.
Well, I thought it was going well. We had our holiday party last week, and my boss said, great work, keep up the good work, and great year to pretty much everyone. When he was finally caught up with me, he said, we are hoping 2026 is your breakout year. He put his hand on my shoulder and nodded, then walked away. My husband said he was pumping me up. I think I'm in trouble. What do you think? Is it a positive thing or a negative thing? Stella, 28, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Stella!
Great beer.
Hello, Stella. Happy holidays. Yeah, that's it's an interesting tip. Unfortunately, Stella, I'm not a mind reader because if I were, or a body language expert, but if I were, I would have picked the winning Powerball numbers and not be here anymore. So that being said,
but you can't read someone's mind and get that. No one knows that ahead of time.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now moving on.
I'm prefacing
Makes
that.
no
Yeah,
sense.
I'm prefacing that.
None whatsoever.
Yeah. So anyway,
Zero.
number one, I wouldn't read too much into it. It's a holiday party. It could just be a pep talk because, like I said, in sales, I think I've never been in sales, but I understand that your boss has to motivate you, kind of like the Wolf of Wall Street, where
So do cocaine out of your butthole.
buy or die. So like they got to motivate. You got to motivate the sales staff. Yeah. So unless your job duties change significantly when you come back after the holiday party, where you have these extra duties, or your boss creates a de facto standard for you that makes it harder for you to do your job, where it's almost like they're inducing you to fail by doing that. I wouldn't read too much into it. So it could just be something as simple as, maybe he is just giving you a rah-rah motivation speech. So like I said, unless something objective or overt happens at work where there's a material change in your job duties, for better or for worse, I wouldn't read too much into it. Or it could be sexual harassment.
How could that be sexual harassment?
He touched the woman.
But what? It's not like he said, I hope your clothes fall off later if you'd like a raise.
You ever heard of code
Yeah, but
talk?
She's been there 3 years.
Yeah.
She knows her boss better than anyone of us or her husband.
Right.
Stella, what do you think?
This sounds bad.
She knows. Well, no, you don't know.
It sounds bad.
We don't know the boss. We don't know him.
Right.
She knows him. If she thinks she's in trouble, she's in trouble.
Well, in her own mind, sometimes we create problems in our own mind that don't really exist.
Can he?
We create problems in our mind that don't exist. So here's the bottom line, Stella. If you're not on a performance improvement plan within the next 6 months,
Pip.
I wouldn't read too much into it. And if you are, yes, I would, as I've alluded to in prior.
So you could
shows.
go back in time and say, Ted, you were wrong.
That's okay. I don't mind being wrong, but I'm saying if
Stella, you need to start looking for a job.
If you're
Yeah, I mean, here, Stella said,
he told everybody else, good work, great year.
she said,
keep
I
up."
think I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
What do you think? Well, if
I-
she thinks she's in trouble, she's in trouble.
Yeah.
Because she knows her boss.
Well,
Yeah.
she might believe that, but she might be reading.
She was looking for you to be Mr. Positive, and you are. But Stella, I'm going to be Mr. Negative. Yeah.
Well,
this is your last happy Christmas.
Well, she might be incorrectly reading the tea leaves. Like I said, the bottom line is unless there's an overt change or material change in your job duties or you're being treated differently in the positive or negative way, and you're not on some actual performance improvement plan within the next 3 or 6 months, I wouldn't read into it. And
She
if you
needs to get out
and
of
if you are,
Yep.
and if you
Get
are,
out immediately.
then like I said, we talked about this before. If you ever get put on a performance improvement plan, regardless of what company you're in, yes, the writing's on the wall. Immediately start looking for another job because you're never going to meet those standards to get off that PIP.
Okay.
End of
Go ahead.
She's 90 minutes away from us.
Yeah.
Okay. She's 28. She's been at this job since she was 25.
25. Okay.
So almost out of college, maybe second job.
Yeah, second job. Second job.
It's time to move on.
Yeah, just update your resume. And here's the thing too. This is what I've learned through the years.
Don't get fired.
You actually get a promotion moving from one company to another. So so sometimes the best time to move is when you have your job is secure. Start looking for a competitor who is in the same industry who maybe offers you a better compensation package. Regardless, because like I said, your chances of getting a promotion up the chain of command in terms of salary and increased job duties increase if you actually move to a different company versus getting promoted within your company.
Well, it's easier to find a job when you have a job.
Absolutely,
Always easier to find a job.
Yeah, I mean,
and
so-
Amazon is making dog food, so maybe go to Amazon.
Yeah, it's time. Get a headhunter and start looking.
Here, and we'll ask our guest, okay? And we won't ask him if he's ever been put on a performance improvement plan. But John, what do you think? You think you think that young lady is in trouble?
I think she's okay for her job for the coming year. I think if her boss was unhappy with her, he would have said something more negative. But I think you're right. There isn't a promotion coming up in her near future, so she should start looking for another job. But she's safe for a year.
Right? Yeah, she's 28. man.
Oh, that is well said.
Well, and plus, too,
again, Ted. Every time a guest comes on
I
and
like
says
that.
something,
I like that,
I
Ted.
always think, why is Ted here? Yeah, why is Ted here?
Because I'm being held here against my will. That's why. But anyway, plus the last part is, you're not going to bring up something like that at a Christmas party, a job performance thing. So so could it just be a passing comment? Obviously, if it was something where she was in serious trouble, she'd actually be called into the office on a Monday with the leadership, with the quote unquote C-suite leadership team to read, to tell her,
hopefully
the writing's
that,
on the wall.
Yeah, hopefully that didn't happen after she sent this.
And
to
maybe
us.
the guy had 3 shots of vodka. We don't know. So.
Yeah, maybe he's all drunk and messed up and didn't know what he's doing. Okay, let's do this. Our guest this week is John Chu, the director and webmaster of the World Scrabble Championship. John, welcome to the show.
Welcome.
It's good to be here. It's a little bit weird, but good to be here.
Yes.
All right, now let me ask you this: did you spell check all of my emails? And because I know you did, how many mistakes did I make?
You're pretty good. Yes. And I checked them against Canadian and English spelling because I'm up here in Canada, Toronto, Canada. So
Nice.
you're good. You got a pass.
Nice.
Okay, so wait, when you're doing Scrabble stuff, do you get to use Canadian spellings of things instead of?
You get to. We're the North American Scrabble Players Association, and when you're playing with our rules, you get to play American words or Canadian words, and if you play internationally at the World Championships, you get to play with all the other words, the Australian words, the New Zealand words, the really weird Indian and Pakistani words as well.
I love it.
But
Matt
still
and I were playing-
English.
Matt-
But still English. But the Indian version of that, right?
Yeah, they're what they call world Englishes, or just not American.
Okay,
But
so
English.
I get it. So you can spell ABOUT for about, and then you can spell ABOOT for a boot. Is that
sure?
the,
That sort of thing.
Semantics, I don't know.
wait? Hold on.
but
Is that how the Canadians spell? When I know they say a boot. Do you guys spell it like a boot?
You don't actually say a boot. We say a boot.
So you could use hoser. Hoser would be appropriate.
Oh,
right?
hoser for sure.
Yeah,
Totally.
Let me say, is A-E-H, is that a real word? A?
Oh yeah,
A
when you
is
say
EH is a real word, but that's not even a total Canadianism, right? There are people who say that unconsciously, even across the states.
Yep.
It's around the world. It's just that Canadians get noticed more when they say A
Gotcha.
because it's a stereotypical thing.
they do. Okay, so let me ask you this: do you speak both American and Canadian?
My dad was actually American, and I had to learn how to speak proper Canadian. There's one big thing I knew that if I went to school and I talked about my aunt, my father's sister, I'd get beaten up because up here it's aunt, it's not aunt. So, and there are a bunch of things like that I had to learn to speak correctly. Also, there's a whole pasta thing going on, and I get confused about that one sometimes depending on which side of the border I'm on because I know either way you get messed up when you say it the wrong way.
Yeah, but it also depends on what state you're from in the U.S. Because I'm from Indiana, originally born and raised in Indiana. So we say aunt, we say pasta.
Okay.
Yeah, well, so and then like just above us in Wisconsin, they're more closer to Canadian language, Minnesota for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, and it's close enough to us. Iowa talks different. I mean, all of our bordering states around us, especially Missouri and stuff. But it's funny, you can tell what state someone's from based on if they say, like we say in Chicago, Illinois, we say pop. They say like soda.
Yeah.
In
Soda,
Wisconsin,
and
Minnesota, but in Indiana we say pop. We say here in Illinois. So there's pop, there's pasta. It's funny.
and if you go down south, they'll talk about a Coke, regardless of what flavor
yep.
or brand it is, right?
That's absolutely right.
That
You're
absolutely
right about that.
blew
Yeah.
my mind when we were in Texas, and I said, "Oh, I'll have a Coke," and the girl, the waitress, looked at me like I was the stupidest person in the world. And she goes, "What kind of Coke?" And I'm like, regular. She goes,
Coke Zero.
She goes, regular like Sprite, regular like Pepsi,
Yeah.
regular like root beer. And I'm just like,
Oh,
what the
so
hell is
Coke
happening
was synonymous
right now?
with all the different
With
brands.
soda or pop.
Yeah, that's
So
their.
in her mind, Coke could have been Dr. Pepper vanilla flavor
Yeah.
for all we
Yes.
know.
Yes.
That's insane.
The linguists actually draw maps of where these words are, where different words are used, and there's a word for it that's good in Scrabble called isogloss, ISOGLOSS, which marks the boundary between like the soda pop boundary has an isogloss running between it, and so yeah, the Canadianism isoglosses often don't follow the national boundaries.
Okay, so John, so since we're doing this and you're talking about that stuff, as the director of it's the NASPA, right? The
NASPA, North American Scrabble Players Association.
Okay,
NASPA.
what do you do as director of NASPA? So people know.
That's kind of boring. I run the organization.
Okay,
I
hold
run
on.
its website.
Explain it, and then every time you think it's going to get boring, add gunfire or prostitutes. Go.
Okay, so I set the policy for the bang 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 prostitutes bang 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 who
New favorite guest.
who sit on the sex worker committees who tell the I'm not sure I can keep.
That's
up with
okay.
this.
You can.
I know.
You don't have to
I know
humor it. You don't have to
rat-a-tat-tat
humor him
is
anymore. It's
Rat-a-tat
okay.
is good in Scrabble, so I can use that. Anyway, I basically run a large nonprofit. I run a small nonprofit organization that looks after tens of thousands of people who think that Scrabble is the most important thing in the world and who spend all of their lives devoted to words and Scrabble and getting together at Scrabble tournaments and so on.
So how did you get started doing that? Because I mean, I play words with friends. I hope that's okay to say. I don't play the actual Scrabble with my sister all the time. But how do you get involved in this and make it your life?
I was burnt out with what I was doing before at one point. I'd done my comprehensive exams for a math PhD and I thought I wanted to do something else. So 1993, I go online back in the internet in the dark ages thereof, and I find some people playing Scrabble, and they're playing Scrabble in a way that I'd never seen it played before. Like for not for keeps, but basically they're playing it competitively for points rather than just showing off funny words that they knew. And so I got hooked on the game, and then it turned out that there are some people that are that are better at running things than playing things. And I'm an expert Scrabble player, but I'll never be the world champion. But I know I can be the person that runs the best, that maintains and builds the best software for world championships. And I think I'm currently the best person at running a national association. But I'd be happy to step down as soon as someone else wants to take all the flack for taking words out of the dictionary, putting words into the dictionary.
Oh, that's part of your
changing
job
labels.
too?
Yeah, actually, I edit the NASPA word list, which is the official reference for which words are good and which words aren't good. So you'd
Wow.
think I would have the entire thing memorized, but no, it's editing the dictionary is a rough job for a Scrabble player because you're continually having to look at words that aren't yet good and thinking, should I put that one in? Should I not put that one in? And then when you try to play them in an actual tournament game, you get confused. You think, was that a word that I saw in the dictionary, or was that a word that I was thinking of putting in the dictionary? So,
You have
yeah, and
so much power.
oh yes, and in fact, I've thought about monetizing that. I've thought about offering like a 1-900 line for people to add words to the dictionary in the middle of a game, but yeah, that didn't get past our ethics committee. So,
So are a lot of competitions online, or is it
yeah, during the pandemic, we switched to a lot of online play, but I think people prefer to play in person.
okay?
There's almost everything is done in person these days.
Okay, good.
We had a couple of years when we had to be online, but it's like any other niche pursuit. People do it for the social aspects, just for the opportunity to get together, to have an excuse to get away from their families or to bring their families with them, do something for a weekend, go drinking with people afterwards, and to have a community.
So I know, like with a lot of board games that have been around a long time, they're changing like the themes, right? So like Monopoly has all these different themed Monopoly games. Has
Yeah.
Scrabble gone to that at all? Is there corporate
Ooh, a curse word.
sponsorships or things like that with Scrabble?
Well, on the one hand, Hasbro owns Scrabble in North America, Mattel owns it outside, so there is a push towards branded versions of Scrabble, but there's only so much you can do with the game. There are, and I'm not sure I'm allowed to say Disney on a podcast, but there's
Yeah.
without getting you guys into copyright issues, but yeah, there's like Disney editions of Scrabble where
Okay.
the idea is that you can play the names of your favorite characters in addition to all the other words that are good in the dictionary, but that's that doesn't really add anything to the game. It's not something that people play seriously or even really collect seriously. It's not like I've got friends that have hundreds of different Monopoly sets because
Correct. Yeah.
there is something qualitatively different about playing. Yeah, it's a different aesthetic playing with like Toronto Monopoly as opposed to Pittsburgh Monopoly or whatever. So
Yeah, and some of the
um,
Monopoly theme games also change the rules a little bit.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, you can't do that with Scrabble.
Yeah, there's one at the golf course because it's in Wheeling. It's Wheelingopoly, so it's all different things.
Yeah.
I've never opened it up, but I've seen that on there. That's kind
There's a
of
version of Scrabble called Super Scrabble that plays on a bigger sized board, 21 by 21 instead of 15 by 15, and that is an excellent choice for anyone that has ever thought that Scrabble doesn't take long enough to play. And just wish the games would last longer.
Well, it's funny you say that because I grew up. My grandmother loved Scrabble.
Same
and,
with my mom.
And there was always oftentimes if she had a friend over, they didn't finish the game right. So there was oftentimes a Scrabble board set up, and man, if you went near that or if you were playing under the table and pieces,
Don't you go in the dining room. Yep, I would get that
yeah,
all
we
the
had to
time.
stay away from
So
it.
my question is Wordle similar to Scrabble?
Wordle.
Wordle is more of a puzzle, right? And I think if you're a good Scrabble player, you'll have memorized all the five-letter words, which makes you a good Wordle player, and you've got a good idea.
Are you
of
kidding? Wait, hold on.
probabilities
You're joking, right? Like, do you honestly have all the 5-letter words memorized?
No, I would say you'd have to be a little bit better than I am. At my peak, I knew all the two-letter words, three-letter words, four-letter words, a good chunk of the five-letter words, and maybe like 20% of the sevens and eights. But you don't. If you want to become a world champion, you need to memorize all like 200,000 words. But if you want to be an expert player, you can get by with maybe an active vocabulary of 30 or 40,000 as long as they're the right ones. But yeah,
Holy shit.
So I would think that someone who's a pro at Scrabble would be a pro at Wordle and Spelling Bee. Like you can go to like a Spelling Bee. and
Wordle's
just-
different though.
right?
But
But
that's
it's
hard. Actual Spelling Bee and Wordle, they're all different.
Yeah.
Like Spelling Bee uses a different dictionary, right? They use the Merriam-Webster unabridged, and we use our own. We use our own NASPA word list, which actually I guess I should be promoting them. The New York Times has a game coming out called Crossplay, which is basically their version of Scrabble. It's currently only available to Canadians because they're making sure that we can play it before they release it in the States.
Nice.
And it uses our dictionary, the official NASPA tournament word list. So it'll be what I like about that is that it makes it, you don't have to worry about which dictionary you're using, and more games are using the Scrabble word list just because it's continuously edited and maintained and good for word games. So
What's it called again, John? What's it called?
Crossplay.
Yeah.
Is gonna be, I don't know when it's being released. I think.
But
sometime
you
in-
have it. You have it now in Canada.
I have it because I'm a Canadian.
All right, my nephew's in Canada.
You don't have to keep bragging.
Yeah, but
John.
my nephew's in British Columbia, and I'm going to see him over the holidays, so it might be on his phone.
You should. Yep.
It might be in the games on his phone.
Yeah, and Johnny Fritz's son is in Canada, so crossplay.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
All right, cool. We'll give as soon as it comes. As soon as it comes here to the States. All right, and just to give you a little information, since Scrabble was invented, around 130 million Scrabble boards have been sold worldwide. 50 million people in the U.S. and Canada play Scrabble. The app has about 2.5. The Scrabble app, Scrabble Go, I think it's called, has about 2.5 million people playing every day. It's available in 29 different languages.
Mm-hmm.
John, how many?
I've only played it in a few. I played it in Spanish, French, German, English. If it were available in Japanese, I would be happy to play it in Japanese, but it's not. And I've also played it with the American Translators Association, where any language goes.
Wow.
Okay, so John, I'm going to have to put you up on there. I've said this to a couple of people as probably you're up there as one of the smartest people we've ever had, because if you know all those different words and all those languages, I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of English I don't know.
I don't think I would last like 30 seconds in
You would
Scrabble.
not. Well, you would get bored.
No, I can't get past like cat and dog. I mean, like I just freeze like 3-letter words.
Well,
I
it
can't
depends
think, I can't think of
depends
anything.
on what you draw, though, right? I mean, it depends on the
also-
letters you draw.
Yeah, you also, when you're playing Scrabble, you don't need to know what the meanings of the words are. You can just memorize all of the spellings, which is what some people who are particularly obsessed do. Even if they don't speak English, they can memorize all the words.
Yeah.
I like to know the meanings and the origins of the words myself, but it slows me down a bit.
So, do you take pleasure in beating someone in Scrabble when you beat them in a language that their native language and it's not yours? I mean, are you standing up and laughing at them? Like, I didn't really even know anything about Spanish. I just memorized some words. Is that kind of like a burn? Is that a Scrabble burn?
Yeah, well, yeah, I always take pleasure in beating people at playing Scrabble. I try to be a little bit more subdued about it than that, but yeah, it's nice. We used to run a Facebook ad for the association that said, "Can you beat all of your friends at Scrabble?
Yes.
Come find better friends." So
Ooh.
So
I have enjoyed in the past beating people at Scrabble who didn't know that the competitive Scrabble was a thing and who could beat all of their friends, or meeting someone who spoke a language that I had no knowledge of whatsoever and saying, well, I'll play Scrabble with you and I bet I can beat you if you let me look at the dictionary while I'm playing. So,
that's pretty cool.
Wow. Okay, so what's the highest you've ever achieved in a tournament, like the biggest tournament you've ever won?
The highest scoring play that I've made was like 260 something points for a single play by playing the word junkiest, Junkiest, across 2 triple word scores with a K on a double letter. That actually I felt kind of bad about, because when I played it, my opponent resigned the game on the spot and then quit playing Scrabble for like 10 years.
You sent him into retirement. I like
God
that, like,
damn!
like boxing.
So
So you
usually
wrecked
I just-
somebody's life.
Yeah, I deprived them of the enjoyment of playing Scrabble for 10 years.
So sir, let me ask you, what's like your long? Do you keep track of like a winning streak? Like how many consecutive Scrabble games have you won?
Actually,
Would you
I
say?
looked that one up for the local Toronto Scrabble Club recently. I think my record is 13, 14, somewhere around that, consecutive games won.
Okay.
And the club record is 21, though, so I just wanted to see how close I was to that.
Right.
Okay,
And
so
these are against professionals, by the way. This isn't like against
right. So
like us.
so let's just say I am the best Scrabble player amongst my friends. If I got into a competition, I would lose. I'd be out of the game in what, 5 moves, 10 moves? It'd be over.
It would be over pretty quickly. Yeah, I mean, do you actually play the game? Do you know what your average score might be for a
I do
four-player,
not
two-player
play
game?
professionally or keep track of that, but I'm pretty good at making all sorts of combos and stuff, and I know a lot of 2 and 3 letter words. Maybe not all of them, but damn close to it.
Well, if you're playing a 2-player game, and you want to be an expert player, you should be averaging about 400 points a game. And the weakest players at our club are probably averaging about maybe 250 points a game. And
Oh, I
those
could
would
whip
be,
their asses then. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I would kick. I would, yeah. So if I went to your club, if I came up to Toronto and just hung out with you guys, and you put me up against there with the shitty players, yeah, I'd knock their dicks.
I think you'd be the shitty player.
No, I would.
Even at the national championships, we have people playing in 4 or 5 different divisions according to their tournament rating, their ELO rating, and so there's always, we're inclusive. We want to make sure there's a place for everybody to enjoy the game according to their abilities.
They're called donators.
Even the dumb, yeah,
Called donators.
If you get people from like Alabama and Mississippi and stuff, you just put them in their own little thing where they play against each other, and it's just like the letter A, and then it's like the letter E. They just play like one letter words. Do you allow that for the simple?
We've actually had people suggest that you should be allowed to play one-letter words, but it would kind of throw off the game. 2-letter words are the minimum. Like this is just a strategic question of should you be allowed to open a game of Scrabble with the letter A? I think it'd be fun, but it would be a rule change, and people.
Well, you know what? For people in Kentucky, that would be the max. After that, after one letter.
Dude, I love Kentucky White. What's all with the hate with Kentucky? It's not like they have. What's that called? Your favorite place, the Skyline. It's not like Skyline Chili's in Kentucky.
Don't even mention that. Okay, so you guys run championships. Let's see. Last year, if I am right, did you guys have a championship in St. Louis?
No, we last year, 2025, our championship was at the live casino at BWI Airport. And the year before that, it was South Bend. The year before that, it was
South Bend,
Las Vegas.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay, so when you have a national competition like that, is it open to anybody in the world, or is it really just open to North America? Like that's how you qualify for the Worlds or something?
The North American Championship is open to anybody worldwide, and we usually do get a lot of people coming from Australia and from Europe. We almost always get there's a guy named Nigel Richards who's the GOAT, the greatest of all time Scrabble players, who's won like the English championship, the French championship, the Spanish championship.
Yep.
He'll come, but he hasn't actually won in a few years. So, and people will come just to play him, or just even for the chance of appearing on our YouTube stream, being seen getting their butts kicked by him.
Wow. So I looked it up, and he is. So I had to look it up. He is the king of Scrabble.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever played him?
Oh yeah. I've played him a few times. He's good. He's not. He's. It's interesting. He's good and he's scary, but he's not scary good. He's.
That's a good way to put it. Interesting.
A lot of his strength is actually the fact that people are terrified to play him, but he doesn't do as well in environments where people have had a chance to play him often. So he lives in Malaysia, and so he doesn't. His winning record in Southeast Asia is not as good as it is, say, when he plays in Africa or Europe, because people are used to his playing style, and even in North America, people know his playing style, and they get used to it, and they know ways to get around the little psychological tricks that he plays on you. He really is good at getting into your head. Like he'll act like he knows exactly which tiles are on your rack at all times, and to be fair, half the time he does know which tiles are on your rack because he can just read your mind. But if you let him really get his claws into your brain, you don't have a chance. So you need to just keep playing your A game. And this year's World Championship was in Ghana last month, and he made it. He was in the finals, but he lost 4-2 to a good Canadian friend of mine. In fact, the guy who told me to go to the Toronto Scrabble Club many years ago.
Nigel Peltier?
No, Nigel Peltier was last year's winner. Nigel Richards lost to Adam Logan this year in Ghana in November 2025.
Sounds like a little poker's involved. You're basically bluffing. There's a
Oh,
there's a
there's a
tell.
huge
There's a
element of
tell.
bluff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was an element.
Can you wear like earbuds like you can when they play poker, so you're not distracted?
You can wear earbuds, but the director and the opponent have the right to check them to make sure you're not being fed lists of words or advice. Like you
Oh,
might
sure.
be in
Yeah, I forgot
cheating in a
about
chess
that,
tournament.
Has there been? I know there was back in 2012. There was a big cheating thing where some guy was allegedly pocketing. He was pocketing tiles. But is there like cheating going on that you have to watch for?
We watch for it, and it's been a little while since we've had a serious incident, but we're always vigilant about it because I don't know, maybe out of 1,000 people, 3 or 4 people will decide that it's better to try and cheat rather than study their words. And I don't know what's the matter with them, but they'll practice sleight of hand techniques to manipulate the tiles so they're hanging on to an extra blank or whatever. And most of the accusations of cheating are groundless, especially the accusations of cheating that take place online. If you're a professional or good player and you end up playing someone who's never played a pro player before online, they'll assume that you're cheating because they'll think, where would they know all of these words from? But in real life, cheating is something we watch out for, just because we let the players draw their own tiles, and it's if you're not on the lookout for it, it's easy to cheat.
I watched last year's as much as I could. I watched last year's championship. Between Nigel Peltier and whoever the guy that lost. Nobody remembers the guy in second place, so nobody really gives a shit. But
Mac Miller was the defending champion, so it was a big deal that Nigel dethroned him. But yeah. Anyway, you watched Nigel versus Mac.
So it's 25. You have 25 minutes of total time, correct?
Yeah.
And then you have to make all your plays, and you can waste a certain amount of time. But when it gets down to it, as you're running out of time, you've just got to do it, right? I mean, that's it.
You've got if you spend 1 or 2 minutes of play early on, then that'll leave you 5 or 10 minutes at the end for the end game. It's not like chess where you forfeit when you run out of time, but you start taking time penalties as soon as you go over time. So you lose 10 points every minute over. So it's not uncommon for you to go a few seconds over, but it's uncommon to go like 5 minutes over. There'd be no point to it, because usually at that point you can tell the game is lost and you give up.
Wow, dude! So. It's just so wild to me that this is big. How many people participate? Like when you guys have your North American Championship, how many people are going to be there? Because I know this year it's in Cedar Rapids, right?
It is. Yeah. We're expecting somewhere between 300 and 400 people. It's been on the East Coast more often than not recently, and we're building slowly back up to pre-pandemic numbers. I'd be happy if we get maybe 500 people the year after Cedar Rapids, but 350 would be nice for Cedar Rapids.
And how many people actually have a chance to win? Like legitimately? Is there like 50 people that really have a chance to win, 20 or maybe half?
10 or 20. I mean, maybe 30 or 40 people think they have a chance to win, but 10 or 20 actually do.
I love it. It's like the chili cook-off I went to. There's one person has a chance to win it.
One person.
One person has a chance to win it. No one else does.
And they already won before they even showed up.
Pretty much.
So you guys have obviously a regular one. You guys have a senior one, senior division.
There's a prize for the best senior, and we categorize all sorts of things: prizes, youth prizes, senior prizes, and so on. And there's also, it's not just the national championship. Every weekend there's a tournament. There are several tournaments somewhere around the country. There's Scrabble clubs will either run monthly tournaments or annual tournaments that are either one day or a full weekend, and they're good ways to see if competitive Scrabble is for you and to get some training in.
Is it all computer guys and math guys and English professors? I mean, are there garbage men or God forbid a woman who maybe works as a greeter at Walmart? I mean, is there somebody who could win? Is there outliers that could win?
There are outliers. I would say mathematicians are overrepresented. Musicians are overrepresented. English professors, not so much. Almost, I can't think of any English professors that are actually good Scrabble players these days. The other big category, and the male-female split, overall it's even, but the top players tend to be men, and there are more women in the lower ranks. And I think this is just because men have more permission, societal permission to do stupid things in their lives, and and women tend to take their responsibilities more seriously. But the other big category of players that don't sort of neatly fit into an occupation category is anybody with a lot of spare time on their hands, like a taxi driver or a night watchman and so on. These are popular occupations for Scrabble players because they can get paid to do something while they're studying their word lists, is the way that they look at it.
And you have to study these word lists. Like, you have to go over them. It's not just somebody who just naturally knows words. Like, if I want to be good, I need to be looking at this book and literally being able to maybe have a photographic memory or being able to remember these words, right?
If you spend a day learning all the two-letter words, you'll be able to beat all of your friends, and you probably will. Those will probably stick in your mind. If you want to be the world champion, then you probably need to spend 2 to 4 hours a day studying your words. It'll take you about a year to learn all of the words, and then you just got to do that 2 to 4 hours a day to keep them active in your brain. If you want to be like I am, then you probably uh, go long periods without studying and then spend like an hour a day leading up to the nationals just to refresh the parts of your brain that you think you're going to need.
Wow. Okay, so how would my alcoholism work in that? Would that you think that would help me remember or hinder my remembering?
If that's on the tiles, you can actually spell that as a word.
Once you've actually got the words memorized, then a little bit of alcohol won't harm, for a couple of reasons. It's too easy to second guess yourself when you're playing Scrabble and thinking, is this word good or not good? Should I do this or not? And most people's inhibitions are relaxed when they drink a little bit, and so they'll tend to just go with their gut, which tends to be the right thing if they're actually well prepared for the game.
See, that works against Ted when he golfs. See, that's how Ted thinks on the golf course, but it's counterproductive for him.
Counterintuitive or counterproductive?
No, the drinking is counterproductive to your game.
I haven't swung a club in a long time, but that's another story.
But you'll probably be better. So
Well,
not swinging a golf club will probably make you a better Scrabble player. I have to be honest with you.
I can't get past a three-letter word.
Don't
So
let people swing golf clubs at Scrabble tournaments. That's
Right.
for sure. But no, it's more a matter of if you're likely to get the yips, then drinking will calm you down, and it'll help you play better. And also, if you people who drink tend to play faster because they're not thinking as much, and because both players are on timers, right? Your timer only runs when it's your turn. You spend a lot of time trying to think on your opponent's turn, and if your opponent is just making play after play right away and not using any of their time, they're not leaving you any time to think on their clock. So you've got to use all of your own time, thinking time. So if your opponent is playing fast because they're drunk, that can be a problem for you.
Drunk
a
Scrabble.
lot of strategy.
Okay, now let me ask you this, John, because we give out, and I've given lots of great advice to our guests. Okay, lots of great advice.
I disagree,
That
but
I
go
don't
ahead.
charge. That I don't charge for at all. You can use my idea or not use my idea, but it just sounds like we came up with a great tournament, Drunk Scramble. Drunk Scrabble. Could we? I'm a little drunk now. Is that something you have done before? And if it isn't, could you? Could we sponsor?
Could be a new
Drunk
category.
Scrabble?
It could be a category at the tournament.
A lot of Scrabble tournaments do take place in pubs, like pub trivia.
Yeah.
So I think there's a good sort of cross promotion aspect to it there.
Oh, I
I
didn't know
think
that.
you could make Scrabble the drinking game. Like if you play a bingo, which is when you play all 7 tiles at once to get the 50-point bonus, you could say one bingo, one shot, and see how that leads. What kind of a game that leads to.
Nice.
I love all of this. Okay, so I'm going to tout you a little bit. You own the record for the highest, the co-record for the highest Scrabble game in a tournament at a tie, right?
Yes, 502 points, and I did it completely stone cold sober.
Okay, so you're above the. I'm assuming the other guy was drunk when he did it. You were also in 2006 named the Michael R. Weiss Memorial Person of the Year.
Yeah, contributions to Scrabble, blah blah blah. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's a big deal. I mean, how many? I mean, it's only one person a year, and I couldn't find this. Who is Michael R. Weiss, by the way? And I'm sorry to hear that he passed.
He was actually my predecessor as the guy who founded the Toronto Scrabble Club, and he invented the ELO rating system that the tournament Scrabble players use. He was the director of the very first World Scrabble Championship, and he passed away very young, and I had to fill his shoes. So it was a particular honor for me to be named to receive that award in his name.
Yeah, see, I knew that was a big deal. I knew you're gonna kind of slough that off, but yeah, that's a really big deal. I mean, because Scrabble's. I'm looking at the numbers, like when I look at the World Championships, all the different countries, like 40. I think the last one was 45 or 48 different countries. 200 and some odd players. They speak 29 different languages or some crazy thing like that. I'm just like, that's pretty amazing.
It's a real United Nations when you get all those players together, and it's fun because they all speak different languages, they act very differently, and yet when they sit down to the game, they're just playing. They're just Scrabble players like anywhere around the world. I will say, as a tournament director, that it's a bit of a headache to direct a world championship because the players have very different behavioral patterns, let's put it that way, and different senses of personal space and what they can or cannot be doing when they're watching a tournament or even during a tournament. So you'll get a bunch of people crowding right up against one of their countrymen who's involved in a tense game to try and qualify for the finals, and they're all chattering back and forth in a language that isn't English. And then you'll get people saying, well, are they giving them advice? It's like, no, who has time to listen to advice? And there's also just people are a little bit sloppier about some rules in some parts of the world than others. So trying to make sure that everybody, it's not so much that we worry so much about cheating at the World Championships as that we want everybody to understand the way that everybody else plays and that everybody gets along well together.
Yeah, well, it
In
sounds
the
like it's
end,
just
Scrabble
it's
players get along
just
well.
cultural differences where there's cultural norms that that we don't necessarily
Yes.
that
You know what John just said, Tim.
yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Thank you.
Yeah. So, and I didn't know this. So last year was held in Ghana, and I didn't realize the major language in Ghana is English, right?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah.
I did not know that. I had no
Yeah.
idea because I'm thinking they're holding this in a country where they don't speak. I assumed it was Ghananese, but it's not. I think it's Akan or something like that is the other language that they speak. But I'm looking at this. I'm like, wow, they're doing this in a country where there's that's their language. That's
Yeah, well, if you want that experience, you need to go to Bangkok for the King's Cup tournament, where they have a big money tournament that attracts like 10,000 players. For 10,000 players, 100 of whom are playing for the top $10,000 prize. But there, nobody speaks English. I mean, they speak Thai, and they memorize the English dictionary to learn how to play this game that they love so much. I mean, they also play it in Thai, but they know that the international competition is in English.
Yeah, we can't go there anymore. We had one night there.
yeah.
Night in
Ted
Bangkok.
tried to
Yeah,
drive.
you're
Ted
We're not.
tried-
We're not. Yeah,
can't go
that's-
back to Bangkok.
We're never going back to Thailand. So it's just not something.
Yeah,
we
you're
could
not
ever
even
do.
allowed to sing that song in Bangkok.
No, we can't. I want to.
It's
I want to.
banned.
Remember, I can't even hum it. See, I know what's happening. Okay, so last thing before we go, because I always like to do a deep dive and get a little info. I saw on your, I think it was your Facebook page, that you posted about the 2025 Canadian Word of the Year.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank
okay.
you.
And there were the three top ones. Okay. And I'll let you guys guess at what you think. One is maple wash, elbows up, and oh damn it, I can't find. I can't think of what the top third word was. Obviously, it didn't win.
Ding.
What was it?
Ding. D-I-N-G.
No, I don't know. Oh man, it's somewhere around here, but I can't find it. But yeah, so those are the three word of the year.
Elbows up. one
Elbows
word.
up. Elbow. Yeah, it's
One
two
word?
words, by the
Two,
way. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. That kind of.
That's a real. That's
Oh,
a real
I know.
phrase.
Renoviction.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Renovation.
So those are the three words: maple wash, elbows up, which is two words, and renoviction.
Well, I have a word that I swear to God, as my wife can attest to this. We've been together for 26 years.
Oh God.
I invented this word, and it is now officially being used by a glove manufacturer as of like a year ago. I used to say the word gription.
Oh, yeah. I've heard that. Yeah.
I've been saying it since I was a kid, and when I first met my wife, she's like, gription? What the hell are you talking about?
Is that Tion or Sion?
gription? I don't know how to spell. I
T-I-O-N,
never spelled it.
obviously.
But I always,
Thank you, Ted.
it's
Wasn't obvious.
It was obvious.
yeah,
to
it's
me.
like a combination between grip
It's a
and
good word,
traction,
yeah.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
they're two different things. But
Your
you
gription.
combine-
Yeah.
yeah, like
It's
how
not,
grippy
it's
is
not a real word. It wasn't a real word 25, 30 years ago. And nobody was using that word, right?
Yeah, and it's
I mean-
not good in Scrabble right now either. So. Yeah,
Oh,
but maybe
damn,
it will,
and
yeah.
hold on.
But there is a glove manufacturer that touts gription, and I believe it's even trademarked.
I want that to be.
I should have
the
trademarked
Canadian-
that word.
John. I want that to be up for the Canadian Word of the Year next year. Gription.
But you should have trademarked gription yourself before the glove company.
That
got it.
was the conversation we talked about. She
Yeah.
saw the gloves and she's like, honey, and she held it up. And I said, you got to be kidding me. For years we joked about it. I should have
Stole,
trademarked
stole
it.
your idea.
Yeah, so John, I want to know which of those three words that were in the top, Maple Wash, Elbows Up, and Renoviction, did you think should have been the Canadian word of the year?
Oh, I thought it was going to be elbows up. And elbows up is like a hockey term, meaning just to keep your elbows up to elbow your opponents so they'll so they'll lay off your fellow teammates.
Yeah, keep fighting, keep battling that thing. Here, I didn't know this. Renoviction is when you renovate and then evict someone, or you evict them so you can renovate. It's a way to get rid of.
God.
It's a way to get somebody
Isn't
out
that
of
called
where they live.
Isn't that called gentrification?
No.
It's a tactic towards that can be used for gentrification. But yeah, if you're in a rent-controlled situation or a place where tenants have rights and you want to get rid of them, then you say, "Oh, I think I want to renovate," and then you evict them, and then you say, "Oh, I changed my mind, but no backsies." So that's renoviction.
Nope. Is backsies a word, by the way?
I'm pretty sure it is actually. I've been checking words as we go. But that's all I knew. That
I'm still-
description was
I'm
He's
still-
checking. He is. I can see him. He's like Ted.
I'm still,
He's on his
I'm
phone.
I'm still
looking.
in elbows up right now.
Okay, and Maple Wash.
Backsies
You ready
no-
for this?
Backsies not good actually. That I need to add in. I think I've had it. I think
We
so.
did it.
How would you spell backsies, though?
BACKSIES.
SIES. Yeah.
It's like
I think
besties. It's like
I think I
besties.
thought it was good because it's on the list of incoming
Is
words
there-
that we need
I
to
would
add.
use a Z.
Is there any way
I would put a Z in there.
backsies? Like
No.
That's another word. Then.
Well,
That's
no,
another
that's
word.
terrible
I
idea.
would need to see that in print.
John,
somewhere.
could we
Don't
get
you
some credit for that? Since we
Don't
were
you want unique words? Don't you
Hold on.
want unique letters in the
trying
words?
to get us credit in a goddamn dictionary.
Backsies
Could
with
you?
a Z?
No.
maybe something
Just
else.
however you spell it. Could you in the dictionary? Could you
Yeah.
put submitted by the Real Three Idiots podcast?
Yeah. I'll make sure that Backsies gets the credit. Yeah.
Oh, I feel like
He just,
you're
he, just,
not.
he just patronized you.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I don't blame him.
I do
Sending you a
actually
check.
in-
This is.
And I don't
is this
blame
like
him.
our $2,000 tariff check? Yeah, that we're never going to get.
No,
Okay.
no. We do actually give credit to everybody's suggested words that get
Okay.
get added. So.
Okay.
So gription's in there.
Excellent. So gription, but backsies for sure. The Real Three Idiots podcast. All right. So and the last one, just in case you want to know, Maple Wash is a term used when people
right
pretend that something is authentic Canadian, and it is not. Correct.
Correct. Yes, and that was actually the winning word
Yeah.
of the Canadian Word of the Year, as selected by by one of my other roles. I edit the Canadian English Dictionary, and so that was our big thing this year. That would have been the lead news story in the Canadian media this week, except we also called out the Canadian Prime Minister for spelling mistakes. So that's that.
Well, we have a word that we use with Ted. It's called Crownroyalwash, and it's all one word. Believe it or not, it's one word.
I'm a huge fan of Canada.
It
by
happens
the
on
way.
it happens on a 17th hole at Chevy Chase, which is technically not a water hole,
Yeah.
but he hits the ball in the water. It's a Crown Royal wash
It's right before Mark's double press.
because he's 2/3 of a bottle of Crown Royal in, and his
my
ball
God.
gets
I'm
a
a big
wash.
I'm a big fan of Crown Royal
Oh my
and
God.
Canada.
Oh,
Thank you, Canada.
John, listen, thank you
Canada.
so much for being on. Oh man, I know you guys have a whole bunch of stuff coming up. Let's see, you guys got something in. The championship is in St. Louis this year.
No, Cedar Rapids.
Cedar Rapids. Sorry, Cedar Rapids.
I believe this was full when Ted started the show.
Yeah. You have the International Scrabble Classic in the UK.
There is, yeah. There are tournaments all over the place.
Yeah.
You can go to our website, scrabbleplayers.org, or wespa.org for the international tournaments.
And there's in St. John's, Newfoundland, is the Senior World Championship.
Ooh.
Yep, May 5th through the 10th. And it's this is what I have. Senior World Championship, May 5th through the 10th, 2026, St. John's, Newfoundland, Canada.
I'm going to have to hunt those guys down and see what they think they're doing.
Yeah,
Could be
and-
some sort of Newfie joke being played on us. Yeah.
Ooh, and just to let you guys know, for the 2026 North American Championship,
Yeah.
I looked online
Yeah.
to find out who was going, and there is only one person so far who has paid and is registered for the tournament, and that man is on our show. He's the only person so far.
Yeah.
I had to look up. I'm like, wow, how many people sign up, like a year in advance? Just John.
That's because registration opens the day after tomorrow. And I was just running. I was building out and testing the system and making sure that it was accepting registration. So.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense. All right.
If you look at it tomorrow, the rest of our executive committee will also have registered just to finish testing before we release it to the public. But
Excellent.
yeah,
Excellent. All
Thursday,
right.
December 18th, you can sign up for it.
John, thank you so much for being on.
Thank you, John.
Yeah, it was a blast. I knew this would be so much fun, and I'm so glad. I think it was Judith. I'm so glad that Judith suggested that. She goes, I don't want to do it, but I know the guy who wants to do it.
Oh yeah,
So-
this would have been very different with Judy. Yeah, but and I won't. I won't forget. I'll write down right now. Backseas credit.
Thank
the-
you.
the 3 days.
You know, I'm looking that up. I will look at this, and I will be sending you an email until we get our credit. Just so you know, it will be ugly. Just so you know.
All right.
All right, John. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Good
John.
luck with everything.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
All right, take
Be
care.
well. Happy holidays. Take care.
Oh man.
Yes. So I'm looking at maple washing, which of course I've never heard of, and it says refers to a misleading grocery store labeling using Canadian symbols like maple leaves for imported goods to boost sales.
Yeah, that's what he's talking about.
Yeah, it's when you pretend something is Canadian. It's not.
It's not.
Okay.
It's like made in America, right? That's what we use something like that, made in America, and it's really just it should just say all the pieces were here, basically put together, and we put them in a box here in America.
So my big picture,
That's made in
my
America.
big picture takeaway from our interview with Mr. Chu is like if a guy like that came up to you and said, "I'll play you Scrabble for money," and he sounded like that, speaks the King's English, you're about to get your ass kicked. that's a red flag that you're about to get.
Honestly, I don't think it has anything
He's
to
about
do
to
with.
carpet bomb your ass.
No, I don't think it has
Was this
anything
a
to do
last
with that.
minute thing because he's not on the board? You never mentioned this at all.
Okay, so I'll tell
what
you.
happened?
I'll tell you what the deal is.
Texted you.
No. I'll tell you what the deal is. I set this up a month ago, maybe more, and then I told him, I said, I'm not going to send you anything till after Thanksgiving, okay? And I didn't put it up, so I did nothing. I didn't write it down. I didn't write it down on paper. I didn't put it on my phone and on my calendar. I did nothing. And yesterday, I was sending stuff out for prospective guests for the new year, and I run across, I'm like, John, and it says, December 16th sounds great. Looking forward to the next email or whatever. And I was like, holy shit, I forgot. So I sent him, I immediately sent him an email.
Happens.
I immediately sent him emails. Oh, I totally forgot. I'm sorry. And I sent him everything. And luckily it was all
Yeah,
still
we
good,
survived.
but
We
yeah.
improvised.
But yeah, completely
We
forgot.
adapted.
And I rarely do
We
that.
overcame.
And Cheryl's like, oh, what's going on? I said, I didn't write it down. It's not my phone. I didn't put it on the board down here. I have nothing. I just totally forgot. I just spaced, man. I was so focused on going to Arizona and golfing.
Hey, you golfed your ass off there, didn't you?
Golf my ass out there. Golf my ass out there. But yeah, I was just so focused on that. All right. We didn't do any of our updates before because we kind of got sidetracked. So I want to do a couple of updates from things that we put out and some things that people sent to us. But first, I just want to do this. I don't get Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah, what is she famous for? I've seen her like everywhere, and I know
I think she's famous for having big jugs.
Yeah, I know she's hot, and I guess that's whatever. Or some people think she's hot, but I have no idea what she's famous for.
She's attractive.
Yeah,
but she's not out
Is
of
she
her.
an actress?
But I've seen her name.
Shitty actress. She's
Yeah, but
really bad.
I've seen her name. I don't know what she's.
really
I have
bad.
no context. It's kind of like that Millie Bobby Brown. I don't know what she does.
Well, she was an actress in Stranger Things, so that was pretty big. And now she's married to John Bon Jovi's son.
Yeah, and I will say this:
Scott Bon Jovi.
I think she's a pretty good. I think she's a pretty good actress, but I would say that Sydney Sweeney is like on a Dakota Johnson level, just awful.
I think you're a good actress.
Yeah. You know what? When we're done, I'm going to act like I'm kicking your ass, and we'll see if Mark. You can decide whether it's real.
Oscar quality.
Well, I've just
Oscar
given
quality.
you a Screen Guilders Actor Award.
Yeah, I'm sorry. She just seems like the Megan Fox of people.
Every 5 or 10 years, someone comes along where they're kind of like the it girl for like a hot minute, right? And so it's her turn, right?
Megan Fox looks like she smells. She's a little stinky, like she's got a funk to her, right?
Yeah, Uptown Funk.
That's okay. We can hose her down. we can rebuild her.
Okay. So let's do this. Several people, including Dale from L.A., Nan from Orlando, and Etta from New York City, all said that the Grinch McShaker fries are really good, and I should try something before I bet.
They're not here. Are they? Are they in Chicago?
I don't know if they're in Chicago, but they are obviously.
Well, I haven't been to a
in-
McDonald's in a long
Oh,
time.
is that?
I haven't been to McDonald's
that's a
in
McDonald's.
forever.
That's a McDonald's promo thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I never
so it's
heard
like
of
the
them.
dill pickle. Remember, I said it was a dill pickle
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
So it must be in L.A., Orlando, and New York already.
Dude, dill pickle
yeah.
is like gotten insane.
It's
It's beer. There's dill pickle beers. It's crazy.
okay. I'm going to go out on a limb and this is for everybody. Everybody out there, dill pickle beer sucks, and if you like it, you suck too. And now we'll have a couple of weeks before our next show, and we'll be able to get a lot of feedback from that. Yeah. So and by the way, for Dale, Nan, and Etta, I am never going to try it, so I will never talk about it again.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was a real thing.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But I said it
dill
on the
pickles
show.
are good, but fries. I mean, there's
It's
actually
like a
chips.
powder. It's
no,
like
but
a powder.
But there's actually chips. There's like dill. There's
Yeah,
it's
dill
been
pickle
around.
chips is one of the gross. Like I said last week.
Yeah,
one of the
you can
grossest
get that at
things I've
Mike's.
ever eaten.
You can get that at Jersey Mike's.
Yes, you can.
So.
Let's see. Liam from Stavanger, Norway, and Helena from Braga, Portugal, both said, "Wow, they were very animate about this. They had both tried blood patar. Remember that?
Yeah.
We talked about that last week. They said it was the most disgusting thing they've ever eaten. Helena said her boyfriend at the time, I'm guessing there's a reason why she dumped him. They were in a restaurant, and he threw up when he ate it, and they were asked to leave. That's how bad it was.
You have to leave if you throw up in a restaurant.
I think you have to leave, right?
You know,
I mean,
you should not be asked. You just get up and leave.
And you have to.
I mean, you just
And you have to ghost your boyfriend. You have to ghost your boyfriend
Where-
after he barfs in public.
where do
Yeah,
you
so,
go
yeah.
from there?
Yeah, exactly.
Right? What happens after that? You clean up.
That's
and
true.
keep-
You don't clean up and re-eat. Yeah.
Did you see the video
Oh, boy.
of it's? And I don't know if this is real. I'm gonna just predicate this whole story by but it looks pretty real because it's on it looks like it's on a closed circuit feed, and it's in the corner, so it isn't real good footage or an angle. But there's a guy by himself sitting at a table. It's in an Asian restaurant. He's got a bowl in the middle of the table, and the server comes. He happens to be like bowled over in the bench that he's in. It's like a booth that he's sitting in, and he's turned away from the aisle, and he's like, oh, he's not like he's gagging. Okay, he's not throwing up. He's gagging.
Right.
And the server comes over, and he's like, you could see he's like, what's wrong? The server's like really freaking out, and he's pointing to the bowl of soup. He keeps pointing to it like there's something wrong with it. Like, try the soup, and the server takes a spoon and tries the soup, and immediately turns around and starts fucking gagging, like oh, like something's wrong with the soup. And he
Dill pickle soup.
He goes back into the kitchen, and the chef comes out. The guy comes out. He's like the chef. And he tries the soup, and he immediately starts gagging. And the guy turns around, and he's like, "No, I threw up in the soup." He's trying to tell them that he got sick and he puked into the soup, not to try the soup. And they both tried the soup.
That's a slight miscommunication.
I'm going AI on that one.
That's pretty funny.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I-
That's what I'm saying. I'm not. Either way, it was pretty gross and entertaining.
That'd be hilarious. Okay, and then we talked about that holiday party stuff, things you're not supposed to do,
Yeah.
and we got two very interesting responses. Josh from Spokane said he watched two coworkers basically dirty dance at his holiday party 2 years ago, and less than a month later, neither one of them were employed. He said, and I quote, "It was so terrible that I couldn't turn away."
Well, everybody loves a train wreck.
I was at a
let's face
party.
it.
We had a holiday party we were at one time, and two guys showed up, and they were gone the next day at work. They got fired.
What did they do?
They were two younger guys. They were I don't think they were 22, 23 years old, and they'd been working at my place of employment. They've been working there for maybe like 2 months, and were invited to the Christmas party. The Christmas party was always awesome. It was at this place called the Italian Kitchen. It was out in but anyway, it was really nice. Everyone got dressed up. It was formal. You brought your wives, your dates, whatever. These two jamokes brought working girls.
Come on, they brought hookers.
They rented a limo. And their dates were obviously,
Prostitutes.
Women of the night.
They showed up. They showed up.
Prostitute during the
and
day.
the daytime.
They showed up drunk, and they rented a limo. They showed up in front with the limo. They got it. They had there was a whole. It's like the whole like National Lampoon's thing. Like the sunroof's open.
It was a spectacle.
The two of them are. They show up and
yeah.
they're dressed up like in like tuxedos.
Like they're going to the prom. Like they're going to the prom.
They're dressed exactly. They get out. They're at the party, and they didn't do anything real disruptive at the party except. They were already disruptive. I mean, they were just insane. And, yeah, they just embarrassed. And yeah, they were fired. They came to work the next 4 days later, and they were fired.
Yeah, but you're 22, 23. When you get fired when you're 22, I mean, it's not like you've been there for 40 years.
No, at least they went out.
And
I mean, they went out
interest.
in style.
Yeah, but you know what's
It's
funny?
just so funny. That was.
I read these stories about someone who's working like a menial job. Not that there's anything wrong with any job if that's your only job, but it's like you get fired from like a low wage job. You know, who cares? Like you can't get another one. Like you know what I mean? What's the big deal?
Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
But
Wow,
I'm saying,
Ted.
No, I'm saying that.
I hear you saying it.
Well,
It just sounds shitty when you say it.
health insurance is doubled. Who cares? It's not a big deal.
well,
Don't
it's
make
not
a
a big
big deal about
No,
it.
you're not getting health insurance in those jobs anyways. But it's not like the $850,000 a year executive who propositioned his female coworker at an office Christmas party, as I mentioned last week, and he got fired.
Well,
That was an expensive mistake.
Let's hear Gina's story. Gina is from London, England, and she said she got her promotion 3 years ago. This is how she got her promotion, because her boss took the microphone and proceeded, during a holiday party, in a drunken rant to tell everyone what he thought of them. She said the most brilliant moment was when he told everyone that he and the CEO were sleeping together. The CEO was a man baby. His wife was standing right next to him. And then Gina said she hasn't had a drop to drink since that day. Not one. And that is a life-changing moment.
Let's keep your composure, folks.
Yeah.
Especially the holiday party.
Yeah. Pretty crazy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just, that's just one of those things that just absolutely blew
That
my
was
mind.
some serious microaggression.
No, it's just weird that, it's just weird that, that's how you got it. All right, let's put this thing to bed. I'll save that for next time. Teddy, we'll let you go first. Last thought.
I just want to say to everybody out there, happy holidays. God bless. Be safe. Enjoy time with your family. And thank you for listening. Why are you laughing?
Because
Jesus Christ.
All right,
such
Mark.
a fucking kiss ass.
Calm down, Charlie.
Yes.
I would like to
I am.
bless everyone in the United States of America. And,
If you listen to the next 5 shows in a row, I'd like to wish you happiness. If you don't, I hope you die in a.
These guys don't represent my views, by the way. Thank you.
All right, Mark. Last thought.
Yeah, my last thought on the whole Scrabble thing is don't listen to Ted when he compares Scrabble to Wordle. All right? And I just want to apologize to everybody for that. Because I know we're going to have a lot of Scrabble listeners listening, like a lot of Scrabble nerds, right? This is going to be a Scrabble nerd show.
Well, I was afraid. Yeah, I was afraid when there's a lot of people. But I was afraid when I mentioned that I play Words with Friends and not the Scrabble.
Yeah, that's a
that John
faux
would
pas,
just,
right? I mean,
that
that's-
John
yeah.
would just immediately
Yeah.
jump off. But luckily, he was cool.
Yeah.
All right. So my last thought is this: if you like to go to national parks and you like to buy their DEI merchandise, unfortunately, you will not be able to. The Department of Interior has issued a memo last month saying that all the shelves of all national parks need to be purged of anything that promotes these diversity, equity, and inclusion. Okay, and in June, this is the same department that said it would replace all park signs that disparage Americans. Yes, they inappropriately disparage Americans. And I'm guessing, inappropriately disparage Americans past or living. So if any sign in any national park disparages any Americans in the past that are alive right now.
Like John Quincy Adams?
Yeah. and I'm guessing somehow that just means white people, but whatever. If it disparages Americans past or living, it will be, or it has been, this is in June, has been taken down. So if you're one of those people, you don't have to worry about any DEI merchandise. And it was funny because they interviewed the people and they're like, one of the guys was like, what have you guys removed? And the guy's like, I don't know, man.
I forgot.
don't know.
I forgot the Department of Interior existed. It's a real
I'm sure they're
department.
getting. We don't have the apartment. They're getting rid of the Department of Education, but we're going to keep that.
I thought there was the Department of Exterior. That's what I thought.
That's more important to me because what's on the outside is the only thing I see. I don't really. When I see people walking down the street, I don't see what's on the inside. I only see what's on the outside. So let's make that the
Oh, I
hottest
thought
thing.
it was supposed to be beautiful on the inside.
But that doesn't help me.
Okay.
If I'm walking past you in a restaurant, I only see your exterior. So let's make what's on the outside more important than what's on the inside. In fact, that's a little something to live through. We won't be doing a show next week. We take off for the holiday.
Because it's Christmas?
Whoa, holiday, man.
Yeah, holiday, yeah.
But we'll be back in a couple of weeks. We've got some really neat guests coming up. Like I already mentioned, Scott Phillips is going to come up, talk Oscars and movies.
Nice.
My nephew Steven will be here. We'll have a lot of fun with that. And I've got a lot of unique things working, so I'm really excited about it. Listen, have a great whatever it is you celebrate. I don't care what it is. If you celebrate Festivus, have the best airing of the grievances you possibly can. And just enjoy, and we'll see everybody in a couple of weeks.